All right, mates. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to another video. We are in Lost Kingdom. We have landed into a Siege of Orleans KvK. Diplo has been done. Pre-KvK is now in the Lost Kingdom map, so you get thrown straight into the KvK. And I thought today we will make a video. We will look at how this KvK is shaping up, rankings, where I sit, the other people who we're playing against, an overview. And then I got a request from two people to look at the start of the Crystal Tech tree and how to really maximize your initial push of tech to get the most out of the rest of your KvK. So we're going to do that. We're going to use some resources. I'll post them in the description below so you can refer back to them, and I'll try and do timestamps of this video for those of you that just want the Crystal Tech aspect. So if you enjoy the video, drop a comment, subscribe and a like, and I appreciate all the support. So before we really get into the Crystal Tech, let's look at the layout of this KvK. So this KvK is at left versus right. This is the map here. We are on the right side, bottom right, Kingdom 3473, and we have an Imperium Kingdom at the top left, 1718. Now there is history here between 3473 and 1718. They fought last KvK and 1718 won, so there's redemption to be had here for 3473. It was before my time, but for sure people are motivated and it has potential to be a lot of fun, a lot of fighting and a lot of fun. It's fairly balanced in my eyes, left versus right. I think it should be, you know, let the best team win. I think matchmaking was decent this time around, which was my worry, so I'm quite happy to say that. Even if we, no matter what the outcome is, it should be a fun KvK. So let's have a look at the KvK. So we have Siege Orleans, right? Siege Orleans is my first time playing this. This is my first time playing this layout, and it has some crazy stuff. It has these auxiliary skills. Now I know people have made guides about this. I'm not going to make a guide. I will make a video on what I pick and my reasoning behind it, and maybe that gives people some insight, my thought process behind why I pick things. But basically what this system is you have like your commander skills. You can add skills from other commanders. So you can like stack like Huo's skills, and then you can add like Philip's skills to Huo. Or you can add Huo's skills to Philip, like Minamoto. You can add Minamoto's skill to Philip, right? Bad example, but you can make some busted marches. We're going to make some crazy things. It's going to be good fun. We're going to have some disgusting marches. So is everyone else. I can imagine the hospital is going to fill up very often. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of content coming out of the channel here for this KvK. I'm going to look at chaining. I'm going to look at fighting. We're going to have a stream when the pass opens, so you can watch me all get humbled and beaten badly. The rankings for this KvK. We are in the second alliance, 1718 Imperium, who have 13 stars, by the way. That's crazy. I think that's the most I've seen, 13 stars. They're obviously rank 1. They're a very big kingdom and a force to be reckoned with. Our allies here at rank 4. We have power rankings. I'm at 45. I'm almost 160 million power, and I'm at 45. So that's 44 people with more than 160 million power. That's a lot of big boys. That's a lot of swarming power. No flag will be safe in this KvK. When it comes to alliance kills, we are rank 3. Our allies have 9 stars and a lot of KP. Not by much, it's pretty close. So again, you know, two the biggest alliances versus Imperium. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. Individual kills. That is embarrassing. I am ranked 228 with almost 10 billion, 9.5. This KvK, the goal is to go very hard and fix that, because I don't like it. I don't like that it's, in my mind, quite low. So this ranking needs to improve. That is the goal for this KvK and this year. We're going to run that up. We're going all in, and we're going to run it up as high as we can go. So yeah, with the stats, the overview, the story out the way, let's look at Crystal Tech. So Crystal Tech, you play 2 different strategies. If you have pop-ups, you can basically max out the economy tech, and if you don't do pop-ups, then you have to do it a bit smarter because you won't have the crystals to stretch for it. So we're going to look at a guide here that gives you the way to run it up. So you can see here They're saying 7.9 million for the initial spend on tech. You're going for cutting corners up to 10 and culture exchange 5. Now that is pretty similar to how I'd do this on the initial push, and the cutting corners adds reduction to everything you spend after it. So the quicker you get the cutting corners, then the quicker everything for the whole rest of the KvK is going to cost you less. And that crystal you save, you can spend on other skills. So that's why the economy tech is super important. So we have a quick look. Also, the Crystal Research Center gives reduction too. So I personally run this up to 25. I think it's free to play, it's 21. Not only does it unlock the skills, it gives you the reduction. So the first thing I do, so that everything saves 5%, is run that up. So if you're a pop-up player, like, you want to do that. Economy tech specifically is cultural exchange, barbarian bounties, and Karuk reports. Now there's an argument to be made that I certainly shouldn't have maxed this out at 15, and I probably shouldn't have maxed this out at 15, but anyone that knows me knows that I'm crazy for chaining, and I will chain a silly amount of barbs as KvK, and we'll have a video about that. So I do this higher than what the guide says, and that is again personal preference. I want that favour, and I want that extra crystal, and I want it to run up my mine and everything else and get it early. Now, if we go back to the guide, down the bottom here, where it says pass 4, it's assuming that by pass 4 opens, which I think is around a week or 8 days, that free-to-play and low spenders are spending around 19 million crystal, and you're getting your cultural exchange, which I think is the most important, to 12. The more you can get, the earlier, the bigger the benefit for the rest of the KvK, and the same for your barbarian bounties if you're chaining. If you're not chaining, you should be chaining. I'll explain why in another video why you should be chaining, but it is great value, and it's a lot of crystal. Cutting corners is maxed, as you can see, and then call to arms is very important. If you don't have the biggest march size that you can, it's like not running army expansions. You're just going to get slapped around and you're going to struggle to make kill points. You're going to wonder why everyone just deletes you, and it's because their march is bigger, so when they inflict the damage factor that you do, because they have more troops behind it, it actually inflicts more damage to you. Like the way the calculation's done, the troops 400k will delete 200k, and the 200k won't scratch 400k basically. That's why your march gets weaker the more it dies off. So yeah, bear that in mind. Like I said, I'm going to drop this sheet that I got from King's Codex, that made by 2298 it seems, in the description, and you can come back to this whenever you need, whenever you're in KvK, and reference it. You can save it, and yeah, it should give you good guidance. At the bottom here it says level 21. That's what I thought, level 21, and then upgrade order here. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. And then it's saying if you want to go max call to arms, which is what I was talking about for the march size, it's going to cost you 2.5 million crystals. I actually think maybe less than that, because they just reduced the research center cost, and I don't think it's reflected in this guide, but I'm not 100% on that. For people who run pop-ups like myself, this is more what you're looking for, and this you see here where the difference is for me. I ran this up to 15. They don't run it up to 15. Personal preference. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be, but I like to front load my economy. They spend 38 million crystals by pass 4. They get healing cost reduction into the health tech. Yeah, it's a lot of tech. So you can see the difference in the even the research center upgrade. I'll pop this one in the description as well. And if you're a pop-up player, or you can acquire a lot more crystal, you can refer to this at your leisure. And if you're not in King's Codex Discord, you should think about it. And there's other content creators out there that have done in-depth guides that will take you right up to the end of the tree and the maths behind it, and could be worth checking out. But from my end, I will leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. There'll be a lot more to come for this KvK, a lot of content. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for the support. Drop a subscribe if you've made it this far. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, and yeah, thanks again. Bye.